No signal. Wait.
Calm
There we
down.
go.
I don't know why it's so tiny. Let me fix that.
I guess I'll introduce our group. Hi, we're Team SOB. That stands for Silly Old Bears, not what you guys were thinking. And it's Silly Old Bears because our application is known as PooBot. No, not like that. Pooh, P-O-O-H, like the Disney character. Jeez. Sickos. Anyways.
Is my mouse over there? I'm sorry.
Okay, mouse right here. So we have a blank screen. Right? No. So our PooBot was supposed to be doing what we were supposed to be doing, right? The Hey Taco type thing. But specifically what we want to do, one, we didn't want to do tacos because, I mean, we don't want to copy Hey Taco. And we didn't want to do a food thing because, I mean, we don't want to, look like we're copying Hey Taco, right? Although we did talk about sushi. Like, that was actually something we talked about. So, so we decided to do it based on Winnie the Pooh. And so if you were happy with somebody, you'd be able to send them honey, right? Because that's what Pooh likes. And because it's Pooh, we decided if you didn't like what somebody was doing, you could send them Pooh. Yes, exactly like you're thinking. So we did a like and dislike sort of thing. We had.
Sorry, I don't know why the display is like so tiny. I'm trying to problem solve while you talk.
We had one.
Command plus.
We had one heck of a time figuring things out. We actually, we didn't even figure out how to run the bot until I think we were at the 1 hour mark, 1 hour left, right? So we were trying like 3 or 4 different things. We ran through a whole bunch of stuff. We ended up going with the bot kit, the bot kit package. It's something we found on GitHub, and it's built to do bots for Discord and Slack and a whole bunch of other things. But it's designed to run on the older version of the way Slack used to do things, on bots as opposed to with an app. So we had to figure that whole thing out as well, and that was its own thing.
Sorry, guys.
So we did our bot using BotKit and Node.js. We did our back end, our storage in Firebase, and we did our front end with HTML, CSS. It popped up for a second, but it's gone now. Our front end.
Sorry.
Our front end is the only part that's not connected, but the bot and the Firebase are both connected to each other. We did have it so that in Slack you could send, you'd say @PooBot send user, send honey to user, and it would send honey to the user, and it would pop up in the Firebase. Or you could say @PooBot send poop to user, and it would send poop to the user. So we had it so it would pop up in Slack and it would do it, and then it was updated in the Firebase as well. The two things that we were trying to do that we didn't get updated and running is we didn't get it set up so that it would send a direct message to that user. We were looking into it, we couldn't figure out how to do it with the old way. We saw all the ways to do it with the app, we couldn't figure out how to do it with the bot, and that was frustrating. But then the other thing that we didn't get up and running is we didn't get the API calls, the AJAX calls on the front end to display our leaderboard and loser board. By the way, it wasn't just a leaderboard. Leaderboard is for if you have the most honey. Loser board is if you have the most poop. So we felt that was the best way to do that. So does anybody else have any specific points to mention about what they did? There's one thing I want to mention left, and that's Dara. So Dara didn't do a single line of code, but what she did do, if you could bring up the, so you see @PooBot send Pooh to Phil Lob, Pooh sent to Phil Lob, and Pooh sent Pooh to Phil Lob, right? So we have that. We had it so it would automatically do that. Can you bring up the front end real quick?
I have it all tabbed and ready to go. Stupid display.
That's not good. Pictures aren't there. Of course they're not. Well, so Dara actually did some graphic design. She drew up pictures of Winnie the Pooh and some other stuff. It was really cool, and of course you can't see it.
No,
so,
it's coming. We just say he has to update master.
Okay.
He has to pull.
Okay.
They're all featured.
Oh, are you just a broken branch?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Wait, you're on deck. Wait, where are you at? Sorry, guys.
Give us 1 second. We'll show you the beautiful pictures that Dara drew. While we're waiting, does anybody else have anything they want to bring up about what they did?
That was pretty thorough.
No? Does anybody have any questions for us? The way that we split things up, so as we had a front end team, back end bot team, and a Firebase team. We had Thomas and Robin on the Firebase team. Rebecca and myself were on the back end / bot team. Chris, Luis, and Dara were on front end. And then April was managing all of our nonsense. So that was super handy. Having one person just managing the pull requests and making sure everybody was still on track. And so this Eeyore and Winnie the Pooh, those are actually hand done. They were completely from scratch today. Dara did those.
Along with she did it in
Yeah, and our emojis that we did as well are also custom by Dara today. So other than that, does anybody have any questions for us? Yes.
So what made your team choose Firebase? Was there a reason?
Because Robin suggested it.
Simplicity, it was ready to go.
So you
easy to
guys were
work into.
familiar with it?
Yeah, Robin and Tom
So-
had familiarity with it, so yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, from everything I can tell, it was a combination of familiarity and just it's easy to use. Just go and just get into it and go. So, any other questions?
That's our poo emoji.
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah, that's our cool. So, yeah.
It's also
All right, well, that's it from.
that far. Let me see.
Yeah, right. All right, so that's it from Team SOB. Have a nice day. May the best team win.
I was wondering why you were working with Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
all comes together now.
Well, I mean, both.
Pooh, actually. I'm a bit concerned.
Yeah, are we on next?
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, we're team Fuego.
No, that's okay. I was glad you had to set up a word and I was all like,
Let's
oh,
go.
So much. I am super excited. It's like the one thing I'm good at.
You guys did great.
I was gonna get
You're building connections.
Alright, hey everybody, my
Hey.
name's Andrew, we're Team Fuego.
Yeah, man.
And like some of the other teams, we didn't figure out the Slack API till like really late in it. So this is all our code. So we created a bot that when you add it, it says hello. Oh, I need to run it, of course. Oh, it picked it up somehow. And we also made it check if we join a channel. This was going to be our first step for our website, for our front end. If we joined a channel, it would see that we joined it, and it would add you to the list, like, you know, if you have the most coins or whatever, or points. So if I join this hackathon channel, it'll message me saying hello there.
Nice.
And
Oh, nice.
it grabs my name.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
So I want you guys to know that even though it's one feature, I really like the feature, the I guess let's call it innovation, right?
Yeah.
Think about this in the context of today, Hack Day, right? So as our judge right here is counting up the points, he could be doing that through Slack, and there could be a page showing up all the points as you guys present,
Yeah.
right? How easy is that?
Yeah,
That's great.
It's pretty cool.
So one of you guys is gonna help us build that. So
yeah,
thank you.
we used Express,
That's awesome.
and we were gonna have like a front end maybe with React, but we didn't get that far.
Yeah. And speaking of innovation, this is how far I got.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hello, world.
Great job, Team Fuego. Great job.
All right, great.
Very good. Huh? Oh, there's questions.
Who did what?
Oh, yeah. Well, Mitch was in charge of documentation. Patrick was in charge of setting up our database. Raul and Andrew were in charge of the back end. I was in charge of the front end, but at some point, it was all hands on deck trying to understand how to connect to the bot in Slack. So.
Feel like deep down on the inside.
Yeah, but
Any more questions?
Alright.
Very good.
thank you.
I think we have one more, right?
Sorry about that.
One more?
You should win.
What's the other?
Oh my.
Team IESD underdogs.
Nice.
We're two people. More than 50% of our
You could have joined our team.
I know.
We had a team as
Do you wanna? Yeah, sure. I'll share what we did and. Sure thing.
After we're done doing the presentation, I have like 2 questions for everyone. So.
All right, y'all. So we're having a whole bunch of trouble with Git. I don't have Git. I have been coding for a month. We're using Sandbox instead to work collaboratively. I'm just trying to close these developer tools.
That's a good call, nice.
Nice.
Something else. Okay, so our concept was IESD Community Help Bot. The idea, you're stuck on a coding problem, you're looking for a mentor locally in the region. We're going to try to connect you to someone. The concept is that we're supposed to have a bunch of forms here that literally just disappeared.
That's how it works.
Well,
Something
right now
might have
you're
got
on your
played.
CSS.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Okay. I just clicked Control Z. And there we go. Okay. So
Learning the ways already. So.
basically, we did some JavaScript. Created an array of languages. Every time we add a new language, it creates a new card. The card has a little input right here. You type in your question. DJ expenses, that's me. But hey, I need help with this JavaScript problem, whatever, right? Anyone, and then so this is so I was working on more of like the user interface front end kind of stuff. And do you want to explain kind of what happens when you type in your question?
Yeah, totally. So, from this interface, we'd be able to basically type in your question, and then we would ping the people who know that language on Slack. And the way that would work on Slack is basically by in your profile status, you'd put languages you know, and then filter that. So we have a little demo of that that I can show really fast.
Yeah, this also flexes.
Oh yeah, that's not Let's hear more.
That's it for the front end. That's what it looks like.
Hey, it's up.
That's after 1 month, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not bad.
Thank
It's
you.
not bad at all.
I still got 5 months of my boot camp to go, so.
There you go.
But
You're
it
where
works.
I
What I'm
was
allowed to
with my
learn.
first boot camp.
What was that?
You're where I was my first hack day. You're good. I think you did better than I did.
So basically, I didn't realize that it's going to be so hard to see my screen, but we were trying to go for some modular code. So there's we have a little class called HelpBot and has some methods and callbacks, and we can basically say okay, we want to post a message in David test, and then ideally we should go to David test and have a whole bunch of new messages. And basically, it just scraped our Slack or pulled all different users and said their name and what language they know. Basically, it says every language twice, which we haven't debugged yet, but that's the deal.
And if you don't have any languages in your profile, one of our concepts was every time anyone asks any question, it pings you reminding you to update your profile.
That would be annoying.
That's like Chris knows nothing.
Part of the community.
Any questions?
Oh yeah.
They just took off.
So it was just JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and what else?
That's basically it.
Nice.
jQuery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Okay, so you don't have to all scream at the same time, but how hard was this?
That was like,
Was it complicated? Was it approachable?
It was complicated.
It was approachable and complicated.
Okay, but it kept you awake, right?
Yeah.
Okay, some of
That's
us.
fun, even
Some
though
of
it's
us.
challenging.
Okay, so after today, you can decide, if you take that application further. I can only imagine what you can build, with more time. Everything you guys presented, wonderful ideas. I can only imagine, put them all together, build one bot, maybe for ISD. I'm not hinting anything, but if it comes out of you, right? I tried not laughing, guys. Yeah, so you can take whatever skills you learned today and apply them and build a bot that does something completely different, right? And you can try selling it. There's a whole market for it. So it's an actionable skill that you can use and take and build something with it, okay? As far as next hack days come, is there any interest from you guys on anything specific? Don't all at once give me an answer. I was told today that it'd be great if we could do games. Will you guys be interested in doing games? Do you have?
I know it's super broad, but I know you're mentioning like solving a real world problem.
Right.
So maybe something that we need in the community, just kind of
oh, that's true.
Okay.
make it
So-
more applicable.
Something we've been trying to do is establish a relationship with the city of Riverside to try to get that their internal entities present their problems to us as a community, right? So I know there's work going on to set something like that up. So once that happens, we would definitely set up something on a Saturday. One of their representatives would probably come and tell us all the problems that they have that we can solve with tech, right? And then we can create some sort of schedule and schedule, our hack days or whatever, or you guys can tackle them on your own. But as a community, come together and try to help, the region. So yeah, that is something that we're trying to work on. So.
2 quick thoughts. First, so for ideas of things to do, I love the idea of doing natural problem. But if you're going to make a contrived problem, data science / data viz would be fun. So something in that space would be fun at some point.
Okay.
And then second, data visualization. Yeah. Charts and stuff.
Yeah.
Second thing was I'm blanking on. I'll come back to you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I mean, I came a little bit late, so I didn't get the network very much. Did y'all do icebreakers?
Not during hack day.
Not on
A
the
lot
hack
of people
day,
hate
no, that's a
icebreakers.
normal
I
meeting
love
day.
them. A lot of folks are here for networking, get to know each other.
Yep. How many
So, how about that?
people here are new to ISD? Okay, so if you don't mind, what made the event approachable? Or
It's like it didn't. One of the things that I kept seeing on the meetup page was what kind of stack do you need? Anything, any kind of knowledge. A lot of that's kind of nice. That I kind of went through that too. Of
Okay.
I don't know if I know the right stuff. Anything you know, bring it. We'll
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So whoever came up with that wording, great job.
Any experience levels,
Very good.
levels.
I know last minute I changed the title to beginner friendly. I'm hopefully it'll catch 1-2 people.
Yeah.
So our goal is to bring more people in, right? It's not we're not a company, guys, right? We're not, we don't have a product. However, what we do think is events are more fun when there's more people, right? You can make more relationships, friendships and whatnot. It's always great. However, in order to do that, we need people to actually show up, right? How many of you guys have familiarity with how businesses work? Okay, how many of you guys are familiar with churn in a business, like customer churn, right? So 1 month you gain a few, but you also lose a couple, right? Same thing with nonprofit organizations, right? You get to see a few familiar faces, next thing you know, where'd they go? So same thing. So as we gain more members, we're losing a couple, right? So we're working on that. Perfect, okay.
Y'all felt like a pretty sticky group to me. I just came to one meeting before. I heard April's presentation on open source. So you had interesting presentations advertised. That's really good.
Awesome.
And when I got here, I was just like blown away by like energy, the friendliness, the enthusiasm, the diversity. Everyone just trying to learn. And I thought, man, I want to be a part of this. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Makes us happy. Awesome. Okay. So we're gonna take those ideas and try to come up with something cool. I'm also not gonna bother you about. Oh, they're looking at you. So, oh, perfect. Okay. So, Catherine, had just reminded me about a hack day committee. It's something that we've been thinking about. We would like to have a person or a group of persons focus on hack day, right? As you guys all know, our ops team is about maybe 8 people. And so we have a large organization to handle with just 8 people, right? And we all work, we all have our own things as well. It would be great if you or somebody you know is interested in, keeping a hand in on hack day, somewhat organizing something here or there, or attending a meeting. You'd be managing hack day, guys. So that's the thing. So if you guys are interested, let me know on Slack or let any of us on the ops team know. And we'll get you working for free. So I know it sounds wonderful.
For thank yous
For
and
thank
high
yous.
fives.
Yes. For thank yous and some snacks.
Yeah, there you go.
Pizza.
Pizza.
And pizza. So yeah, it is for free. I'm not gonna even tell you guys it's great. However, the impact that you have on people is great, right? You get to meet a lot of new people, and that's wonderful. As you guys notice, I'm sweating up here. I don't do this. However, like it takes more energy, right? But I do enjoy it. I do like talking to you guys. It's like an extended family that you create, right? So like I'm happy that she got a job. I am thrilled and excited for her. It's awesome. I'm gonna go home and tell my wife about it. She doesn't even know what's going on. But it's awesome to see you guys grow, right? So any other ideas you guys have for events, more than happy to hear them. Otherwise, you guys did wonderful. I will reach out and bother you guys for some of those things that you built. Make sure that you guys post your repositories.
That's to say, where do you want those posted?
On general chat.
Okay.
I am not going to take inspiration like my mentor used to say. I'm going to copy and paste some of those things. But I am going to reach out to you guys. And if you guys are interested in actually building it with a group, with a team, you can let me know. Okay? Keep in mind that whatever we build here at ISD, with your help or without your help, you just inspired or whatever, it will be open sourced. So we're not selling it. We're not repackaging it. So if you see it, it wasn't me. So so everything we build is open source. So any questions? Otherwise, one last thing. Next Saturday, we have the Women in Tech meetup. That's not meetup. Event. It's an event. It's going. The address is on the event page, but it's going to be like 2 blocks down, right? Anyone know where the culinary building is? Except this guy? Okay, perfect.
You can smell it, right?
You can smell it. It's wonderful. I'd be worried if you could smell it from over here. So. But yeah, it's going to be a new venue for us. We're being sponsored by RCD. I cannot get tired of saying that because it's our first sponsor, so that's great. Yeah, I know. Just keep in mind we've been around. Actually, in March, this is going to be our first year of existing as an organization, so it's going to be great. Watch out for an event with the word potluck in it,
Yeah.
like we did last time. I love the potlucks. There's a lot of good food. It looks like it, right?
There is a lot of
So for this event, we have, I believe, 40-something people RSVP'd, and we're a week out. So I want to see like 60 or 70 people RSVP'd. So make sure you bring everyone. I mean, you don't have to bring your kids. I'm not telling you guys to do that. I'm not bringing mine. If I brought mine, like I fill half of the room, right? But if you can bring friends that are interested in tech, any women in your life that are interested in tech, or anything related to tech, right? You don't have to be a developer to be working in tech. So part of the panel that's going to be talking is going to be addressing that as well, right? So we're going to have project managers, we're going to have developers, of course, and then people that deal with tech but are not writing a line of code. And then we have Janae from the Jet Propulsion Lab, which is going to be awesome. She spoke in front of Congress. I want to hear what it is that she was talking about. So, otherwise, if you guys have something better to do on Saturday, I'll miss you guys. So, any questions? Otherwise, I'm gonna let you guys do your thing, network, or take off. And then, do you have a score already, or you need?
Look at the GitHub first, and how I posted it.
Okay. So one of our members is helping us grade all the projects. He's got like an Excel sheet and all the tasks that you guys completed. He's got to go through your repositories. So make sure you post your repositories. The prize is supposed to be ISD shirts, but as this gentleman right here can tell you, he's been waiting since 2019.
August 2019.
Calm down. Don't tell him that.
Yeah, Rebecca's got one coming her way.
Oh, it's Rebecca too. There's a bunch of people in this room.
Oh,
So do me a favor, make sure this team doesn't win. It's a big team.
yeah.
That's a lot of shirts.
It's a lot of shirts.
Go for the two-man team.
Actually, there's some repeated winners if it were them. So we gotta talk. But yeah,
I'll
so
wear two shirts at the same time.
one shirt. No, I don't know, probably, yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it. And then you're just showing up, continued support, right? So thank you.
Woo!